Before we dive too far into this, I just want to remind you guys that glowing up doesn't mean that they were really bad before this. You can be really good and improve a lot as a rapper, and that's what this is about. This video is about 5 rappers that I think had amazing 2022s that we haven't heard from them before. This is by far their best year of rapping, and I'm going to go over why I think and show 2 examples for each one. And before we dive into that, the names you see over here, these are my Patreons. I literally couldn't be making videos as often as I do right now, and do what I do without them supporting me. So if you're interested, you could get reactions on Patreon as well that I don't do on my main channel. And yeah, so the link to that is in the description below. I hope you'll consider supporting me even a little bit. I'd appreciate it, but just leaving a like and subscribing on the YouTube is more than I could ask for. So I'm really grateful if you're able to do that right now. But let's dive into these 5 rappers that I want to talk about and show some examples for each. And we're going to start off with the boys of P1 Harmony, and specifically Intak, because I talk about Jongsup quite a bit in 2021. Intak not so much, and I always considered Intak as like that B-side of P1 Harmony's rappers where Jongsup's the A-side, but not anymore. Nowadays, it's almost like it's a Jisung Changbin type of relationship between these 2 boys of P1 Harmony of Jongsup and Intak, and let me show you why Intak has now climbed up to Jongsup's level, and they're both pushing that top tier mark in K-pop going into 2023. Let's start off with the song BFF and check out Intak's verse right here. It's almost like he's learning, not learning, but working with Jongsup, because this is the type of stuff Jongsup was doing last year that I was freaking out about. This very unique delivery and unique spacious flow that he is now getting into, and almost sounding like a different version of Jongsup. He is his own rapper, don't get me wrong, but I'm really glad he's taking this next step because he really sounds like Intak now. He has his own sound, and him and Jongsup sound like they've worked together so much, and I love hearing that from him, and you can really hear that in BFF. But the part he shines this year is one of my top 10 raps of this year. If not, it'll be like top 15. It's his verse in Mirror Mirror. Now, if you're curious, type in Mirror Mirror P1 Harmony Flow, and I have a breakdown going over it. Like I made a whole video dedicated to this rap if you want more details, but this is one of the most sickest flows of any rapper to do anything in K-pop this year. You got that offbeat rapping? Oh! Now, just to reiterate this real quick, Intak is rapping on the off beats. He is literally skipping the down beats, which you would consider of the on beats, right? He is skipping every freaking down beat. He's rapping E end up, E end up, E end up, E end up, E end up. He's doing that over and over and over, and he goes over the bar doing that too. And it's so clean, it's so crisp, and it's so smooth doing in this offbeat flow that I've never even heard any other K-pop rapper do. So impressive. If you want more of a breakdown for that, check out my video on Intak from last month going over this. Now, let's go into our next rapper, which is Jinny of Secret Number. Now, Jennie, we all know, can rap. She has an entire SoundCloud of unreleased raps and songs that she would do before Secret Number's debut, after Secret Number's debut, and none of them have been officially released. And I mean, me personally, I've kind of been waiting for Jinny to, you know, show us that in Secret Number. And Fire Saturday was kind of close, but still very short. But we finally had some actual high quality raps from Jinny this year, which was really good to hear in their recent comeback from a few months ago. And we have, first off, her rap in the song Tap. Now, it's by no means the best rap that we've ever seen in K-pop. It's not like it's pushing boundaries of flow or delivery or rhyme scheme like I just showed with Intak's Mirror Mirror or anything. But this is like such a higher quality than we have gotten from their debut or any of their recent comebacks or Fire Saturday or anything. Fire Saturday was a bit sounding very smooth, but this is her finally getting to show out. To me, at least, it feels. And the main reason for that is on their B-side Slam from this same album, where I'm just gonna play this for you. Now, Okay, this is one of the top raps from the second half of this year. I am so excited that she actually got to do something this impressive, this scrumptious of a rap, if you know what I mean. It's actually a, you know, for girl group standards. This is high quality. This is top tier from what we're used to hearing from girl groups, with the amount of different layers of flow that she's putting in, the rhyme scheme she's putting in, and it's finally like we're getting that SoundCloud rapper that we've always wanted from Jinny, and she broke out in 2022. And again, not to say that she wasn't there in 2021, but it's just this year she finally gave us what we know she can do, and especially on these two examples. And I'm really happy to see what she's going to do in 2023. It's so nice to see. But moving on to our third example, we have an older rapper now. His name is Zelo of BAP. Now, a lot of the older fans are going to be here like, what? How is Zelo a glow up? He's already hit his stride. Yeah, back in 2015. But let's be honest, in the past 3 years, Zelo hasn't put out too much of impressive things. He's gone way more pop focused. And if he does anything hip-hop, it's very sing-rappy hip-hop, nothing too technically proficient or anything. But this year, Zelo kind of got back into that rapping he was doing in 2014, 2015, and it was awesome to see. Let me start off with the song Deadline. Very spacious, very real, and a great delivery right here. Whew. So this guy, like I know he's debuted in 2012, but he hasn't rapped like this in the past few years. And it's so great. It has that very like hip hop delivery, right? That very emotional delivery that I love hearing. A similar vibe to what you'd get on like August D's first mixtape, and I love hearing that. But then he also has this very upbeat rap to like go against that emotional thing, where he's hitting the upbeats instead of the downbeats. It's so fun to hear. It's so cool. He's actually experimenting again and like, you know, hitting those technical proficient things that I haven't really heard him do in a few years. And then we have Poser. Let me just play this. Bruh, like I haven't heard Zelo rap like that since their debut, man. He went the fuck off. It's not the most like, you know, again, not pushing any boundaries flow wise, but it's so smooth. It's so like the breath control is there. I haven't heard him rap this well in years. Major glow up for me. Hands down to Zelo. Let's move on to our fourth of this list, where we have Jennie of BlackPink. Yes, Jennie of BlackPink is on here. Let me explain why. Do you ever talk, if you are a Blink, do you ever highlight Jennie's raps outside of, for people who don't know BlackPink, outside of D4? Probably not often, right? Jennie's most proficient rap in recent years hasn't stood up to D4, which came out in 2018? Yeah, it hasn't come out since 2018. It's been a good 4, almost 5 years coming up since we've had a major Jennie hit with the rap stuff. Mainly because she didn't push back on the rap side of things for Lisa, and they had her do vocals, and it's clear she hasn't rapped like this in years. And it was so good to hear these rhyme schemes come out. Now, let's just pretend that she's the writer and has been discredited by YG, and they haven't put her on the credits for the scenario. Jennie was writing some complex-ass rhyme schemes, which impressed the cadence as well. It was so much fun. Let me show you Shut Down first. I'm sure everyone's heard this, though. Ooh, So smooth, so fun to listen to, a nice mix of flow and rhyme right there. But let's dive into pure rhyme and cadence. The flow is not complex, but man, this cadence and rhyme is. Oh. That rhyme scheme is stuff you don't hear that often in K-pop. I mean, there are a few, like Han Ji-sung's been doing them for years. Sunwoo went off this year with some amazing rhyme schemes, but those types of rhyme schemes you don't hear that often in K-pop. That complexity in the rhyming, and I love hearing that. The offbeats, rhymes to make this cadence, right? It's so cool. It's so much fun, and I'm so glad Jennie got to actually show out with the rap as a rapper in BlackPink, and she's not only the vocalist. It was great to see, and I'm so glad that she got to do that. Now, let's move on to the final one of this list. Hyunjin of Stray Kids. Now, stay. Hold up. Don't go to the comments yet. Wait a minute. I know he's good. He was good before this, but let's be real. 3 years ago, 2 years ago, when we talk about rap and Stray Kids, it was always Changbin, Jisung. And then there's also Hyunjin and Felix, and sometimes Lino in the back. But, I mean, Hyunjin's always been a center point for dance. Felix for dance. It's always been the Jisung and Changbin. And then, you know, Hyunjin's that third wheel kind of thing for most people. And never been that technically proficient. And very Jisung-esque sounding. Because he's rapping Jisung flows that Jisung's writing most of the time. And he had changed this year. Let me start off with the Jisung flow though, because let me show you this example. We'll start with Give Me Your TMI. Give Me Your TMI is written by Jisung. And you can hear that, that's the flow and the cadence and everything. It's a very Jisung sounding rap. But Hyunjin finally is putting himself into it. Hyunjin, when he gets to write his own thing, which we'll see in a minute, but when he writes his own, he sounds a very, think of Bobby 2020. Very slurry, very lackadaisical, like that, like very combining his words together to have this like smooth, almost sing rapping, but not sing rapping. Let's listen to this. It's almost like he's like just slurring every word together, and I love hearing that. And that's basically Hyunjin's style. But if we go back to District 9, like a rap that a lot of Hyunjin fans are very hyped about, that was not like that. District 9 was very enunciated. He sounded like Jisung just doing a triplet run. And that was always my biggest knock on Hyunjin. And this year, he's finally growing into his own. And you could hear that even more in Muddy Water. Now, Muddy Water, oh, let me just play this. He wrote this. This is all him. Delivery, flow, and everything. And it sounds so different in a rap. Okay, like he's rapped before, but never in like a rap-focused song like Muddy Water, to my knowledge. Everything else has been like a vocal-focused song where he got a rap in it and write his own rap. But this is like a rap-focused song for the rap line, and he got to write his own rap, and he sounds like himself. Just listen to this. That slurring that you heard in Give Me Your TMI, and he drags the syllables a bit. He almost holds them back. It's a very held back flow. He like waits as long as possible to hit that rhythm, but at the same time he's slurring, so it almost feels like he's dragging you with him. And it's such fun for me at least to hear him come into his own. He has really come into his own this year. I'm still not gonna say he's on Jisung and Changbin's level because he's not, but he is improved. He's gone, at least in my view, he's gone from a capable rapper who has the ability to rap what Jisung writes for him, to a more than capable rapper who is starting to have his own identity. And I love to see that, and I'm so hyped about Hyunjin and what he can do in the future. I'm really looking forward to 2023 and having him continue to dive into rapping on top of his already amazing dancing. I'm really excited to see what he can do in rapping wise. But yeah, there's 5 rappers for the glow up. of 2022. Let me know who you guys think down in the comments below, because there's a lot of like, enjoyed this background, by the way. You can change it if you come join us on twitch.tv/CarKpop and change my background. Anyways, let me know what rappers you guys think glowed up in 2022. There's a few honorable mentions I'll have. For example, Hanze of Victon. He has been killing it. I just think people are starting to notice him more this year. So I didn't put him on here because I don't think it's a glow up. It's just he's being noticed more. There's also Soyeon of Idol for the same reason. She has been killing it, but this year a lot more people have started to notice her rapping. Then there's Mark of NCT. I think a lot of people will think glowed up because of Child and then a few of the other things, but I think he's been same level killing it as well for a few years now. So let me know if you guys have any further ones, but these are the ones that I thought of first, these top 5 that glowed up. And yeah, I'm curious to see what you guys put in the comments. Come join us on Patreon. I'd love to see you there. Come join us on Discord or my Twitch streams. I'd love to see you as part of our community. It's a pleasure having you in it and checking out the videos. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, K-pop and chill the safe way. See ya, everyone.